metallurgy skills are unsurpassed.
Hello, Dungeon Feed 2. For those who are watching on Twitch, this will be like the first episode you guys will be seeing. For those on YouTube, it has been 2 months since I posted a Dungeon Siege video. And a reasoning for that is that Dungeon Siege 2 kind of just stopped working for Streamlabs, and it did not want to work at all for me having my second monitor up. And I kind of just dropped it because I was like, I can't get this to work. I used to have it working where it was on was it where my screens were mirroring on on my TV, and with it being that I was recording my entire display. Uh, but then when I got my second monitor, I was like, I want to change that up. It wasn't working, and I didn't want to have to go back to recording my entire display just to stream Dungeon Siege. Because it did not want to work with game capture, and having being a dual monitor setup, it didn't want to work either. And today we were supposed to be streaming Dawn of War from Warhammer 40k, but it crashed on me about 8 times before stream even could get up. And I was like, I am not going to deal with the game crashing any more times on me. So I decided I need to find a new game to try to stream today. And I was like, I haven't streamed Dungeon Siege in a long time. Let me try it. And for some strange reason, after 2 months of me not touching this game, it is now functioning. So it is now properly working with the dual monitor setup. It is now working with game capture. I can actually no longer have to record my entire display just to stream it. So now, yeah, we can just do Dungeon Siege 2. In the last episode of Dungeon Siege 2, we cleared out all the way up to the Elven Shrine and then some. Uh, of course, because we don't get any elves until Act 2, I have it set up where I am getting double the skill points for right now. Once we get to the point where we can recruit more elves, I will drop it down to where we're just getting the one skill point again. That's what I'm going to do. Uh the other thing is I did give her Kira over here allowances. So that way she could push ahead and we don't have any roadblocks. So as of right now, she now has the 7,000 and 511 gold that she does have. Uh, if you, for those who would be watching on YouTube, you guys will notice that she now has three of these wings. I use the I'm a little teapot so I can afford them. So that way she can have a little bit more of a push because right now we are just playing hit and run tactics, and that's going to wear her down sooner or later. I also used it to increase Flare here to a development 3. She's on development 3. She's going to be getting more weapons put into her. But besides that, we are all good to go. All the side quests we now have are going forward. So let's get to it. Oh, I should have shopped to see if there's any better spells. But I am so glad this is working again. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of bit down in the dumps that Dungeon Siege was not cooperating at all. Or as I say, it was not behaving at all. And I am very
Safe
glad it is
travels.
back. So we can officially say Dungeon Siege is back on the menu, boys. Let's see if we can get pretty far. Uh of course the Haku are level 9. Of course we are using more death magic because of Leech Life. Leech Life might become our best friend going forward. The only downside to Leech Life is that it only works on actual, like, living things and not stuff that is inanimate. So we can't use it on the barrels and whatnot, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. But anything that's living is going to get brutalized by Leech Life. So we don't have to go up into there. That's a quest that we just can't do. When we go the Dryad route, we will be doing that. For you guys to know, also, for those on Twitch, for these runs, I am doing only the one race, for recruitment, besides Flare. Flare the donkey is always allowed to be gotten. That's the one of the bigger caveats, is that way I have something to pick up stuff. Um, the other thing is that I am having to do what that race is good at. For example, elves are only good for combat magic in range. You can go melee with them, but their starting stats points more towards being a combat mage or a ranger. And if you want to go for the mix of the two, that means you are going blood assassin. So that's straight up what they're much better at doing. So obviously we will be using that up. So we do have Amarin that we can later on get, and Amarin will be a blood assassin, unfortunately. Which kind of blood assassin? I don't know yet. What's our nature? Oh, we have 8 in that set. Should means we are, yeah, we're getting regular mono potions. That's always pretty good. We're actually no, we don't want to toss that out. We want to put that to flare. We definitely want to be grabbing more health potions later down the line. Wow, we've barely been getting any loot. That's going to be the downside to being a for us being solo for right now, is that we don't really have a good option for being a item finder, which is where I would say Amarin would be come in pretty good. So as a combat mage, we are pretty much the main damage dealer. And once we pick up Finala, we're gonna have two straight pure combat mages. So we'll be dishing out a lot of damage. Once it gets down to the point where we get Amryn will just have to be our item finder. So we are going to be making him that legendary ring and 4 legendary rings and 4 legendary amulets. They're all about magic item find because Amryn will be our item finder. We also then need to make him a book for it, which means we will have to level him up in combat magic somehow. And I do know how I'm going to do that. That's why he's going to become our blood assassin. And then we have, of course, Risa that we will be getting later on as well. Risa will just straight up be uh, another try to be damage dealer. We're going to go for... I think I'm going to go quick draw route with her. Throwing weapons, so that way she can shine a bit more. Especially since she can start off with stuff like Ricochet. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll get the Ricochet on her. So that way she can bounce weapons, her throwing weapons all around. So that means we are going to have to focus a bit more on her, uh, what is it? The, critical hits. There we go. Okay, that was a bit terrifying. But we did get a level up. And we are going to be putting it to our devastation so we can get more damage. And then we're going to do this. Essentially, I do want to try to max out that other ability. What level are we? We are level 11, so we've had 22 points. So those other 11 points, we really should have put the other 11 into this. We're 2 points off, but that should be fine. Once we hit level 20 on that one ability, that will be the best option for ourselves. Finala and the other combat mages that we can get, I will probably have to do it in a funky way of where any like spare extra points they get will go into that. Which is why I'm not going to complete the Haku Part 2 until I get Finala. Which is unfortunate because that means we do lose out on some loot. But with our extra allowance that I gave us, we should be fine. Ooh, no, no. Leech life, please. Alright, so Leech Life is barely doing much for healing. Alright, but we did level up, so there should be some new stuff that shows up in shop. As well as we did level up our combat magic, so there's probably some better spells we can get. Here's to hoping.
Greetings, friend.
Hello, friend. Alright, was doing that. Okay, so Static Bolt is actually going to be very helpful for us. We do see Fire Bolts. That's going to be a good one. We want that. And we want the... Do we want Drown? No, not yet. Sell all of this. And then we will grab some more health potions. Uh, I'm not gonna be worried about grabbing more mana potions since we can just find a bush and make some more. But I will even it out. Now for armor, we
Mind my
have the
sword.
best cloak that we can get. It was this a value of 9,000 though. Oof. Could we actually, by chance, upgrade our gloves and boots? Armor 5? That's okay. That gives us 2 more armor. No gloves, unfortunately. That sucks. Let me see if there's a
If
better
Celia's
staff. Combat magic plus 8% damage and plus 13 mana. That's pretty good. We want that because that, even though it doesn't give us intelligence boost, it still boosts our combat magic damage by 8%, which is pretty good. Oh, that reminds me, the other thing that we've been
Please
looking
take your
for.
time.
Do you by chance finally have a book that can be enchanted? Yes, you do. Let me buy that from you. And then we want to check out Bernard. Because we need... What?
Welcome to
There we
the
go. I don't know
Kingdom,
why you weren't...
Elves.
Why weren't you letting me talk to you, Bernard? We do want some more of these. Uh... Is there anything else we need for recipes? Let's see. There are about a few staves or stuff right here that I actually care about. No, because we already have the Herbane leaf, which is one of the things that we just needed. For armor sets, we actually don't care about armor. What we care about is the Amulet of the Archmage. No, does not have anything here yet. Alright, but we did get a Growleye, and we do need as many of the Growlies as we can get. And this is probably going to bankrupt us for a little bit. But that's fine. Because the enchanted books are going to be our best friends every time. Because later down the line, I will be able to create one that gives plus, what was it? Each spectral dust, if I remember correctly, gives like, what
Please
was
take your
it?
time
10
browsing
or
through my
12 intelligence? It's not you.
greetings.
So it's around like, I think like 12 intelligence. We can put 4, so that's 48 intelligence. Then we can put 40 growl eyes, which gives us plus 8. So that's a total of plus 56 to intelligence. And that is very good. So we now have 97 intelligence. So the firebolt is maxed out. That's pretty high up now.
Please take your time.
Sell that. And it actually didn't cost me much to enchant. That's actually pretty surprising. I've actually expected it to be a lot more. But it's fine. Once we hit level 12, we can start putting points into the death magic one. For now, again, the death magic is probably going to be our best bet. With leech life. But later on, I do want to run away from that. And instead go for something different. We're gonna summon that. Oof, there's a lot of them. Yo. We do want to find as much loot as we can get. Eat armor. It does not give me intelligence, which is kind of the downside. Uh, we kind of... I hate saying this, but we kind of have to build like a glass cannon. And the reason I say that is because if we can deal as much damage as possible to them and then make it that they can't get to us, that makes it that we take less damage. Oh, making him slow is actually pretty good too. So Step Bolt might be actually something that we could keep in our kit. Yeah. Oh my gosh, the rate that they're attacking is so slow. Okay, yeah, I think we're gonna keep Static Bolt in our repertoire of spells. Because that's just good. Sir, you ain't gonna be attacking much. Yeah, we're gonna keep that in our repertoire because that just drastically reduced the damage that we were going to be taking. Oh, but if we're being surrounded, yeah, no, that makes... Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. If we're surrounded, no. Alright, get rid of that one. Alright, then he goes Static Bolt. Slow you down. We really need more party members. I really can't wait for us to get to Act 2. Oh no, the Trillisk fight is gonna be slow. Oof. Yeah, we're just gonna have a lot of slow fights on our hands until we get to Act 2, where we can get Amarin first. Because that's actually is who we get first, is Amarin. So we'll be getting Amarin first as a recruit. Ooh. Oh no. No. There we go. Ooh, chainmail. Alright, null beasts. Those are easy. Oh, yo. Leave me alone. Let's go pick up these potions. Alright, we are picking up a lot of potions, which is okay in itself, but also at the same time, not the best situation. Because we don't really have, well, to be honest, we have a lot of inventory space because of, Flare. Where is there's a lever. I was like, where did they put the lever? Oh, you're weak to ice. There you go, there's some AoE. Or mana potion, that's fine. We're about to level up again, which is good. Oh. Oh, right, that guy. Let's try to pull him out. Vampire. No, it looks like we have some other people. There we go. Alright, let's put these 2 points, because we have decent amount of damage right now. Let's do this so we can potentially get even higher quality potions. Alright, just gonna give you these, because right now, actually, we don't really need the 3 rows of mana potions. I'm now realizing that we don't need the 3 rows of it. Nothing else, and that door does not open for us at all because we are not on our Dryads only run. And again, for those are watching on Twitch, the these single race runs also only end in Broken World, and then I will do maybe a veteran difficulty one depending on how much people like the run. I do know that this type of run, with Elves only is a very fun run to do. I highly recommend it. If you want to be a combat mage yourself, I would highly suggest going Elf first because Elves do have the more stuff for it. I have played as combat mages a lot. I have also done Fist of Stones. I have done one Blood Assassin. I'm not really crazy about Blood Assassins. Just because I'm not really sure how to properly build it myself. I know if you're going for the marks, you want to go for the ricochet with throwing weapons, so you could put down more marks on them. But if you're going for a pure damage one, you go for what's it? You go crossbow, and then you're just doing blood-soaked shots, the weapon enhancement one, and then a few more. What's it? Yeah, you go for blood-soaked shots. You do go for shred blood, and then you go for this and this. Then you can pick this up just to get that 16 points into Dex. Well, 24 into Dex. And then you get this so that way you get more shred blood damage. But if you're going for shred blood, you might as well go for bleed, which is only for throwing weapons again. But again, if you want to go pure damage, you go for these 5, 6. This one especially you go for because it boosts your damage more. But then you want to have a healer on you at all times. Yeah, that one's a pretty good way of doing it. Uh, Combat mages, you always want to try to get the you always want to get the natural bond, because the natural bond makes all of your spells cost less. If I remember correctly, it caps off at 60% less, but that is still 60% less mana you have to use. Even at plus 11, the plus that I have right now, you can already tell how much of a difference it is. Oof. Alright, get rid of the guys that are up close to me. Okay, we kind of have to also play a bit more hit and run. We also do not have a tank at all because elves don't go tank. You can build your character however you like, but if you're doing what I'm doing, elves have no tank. Uh, Dryads have no tank. That one actually is the really sucky part, is that the Dryads have no tank. There are only two dwarves, so it's pretty much a solo run for the base game. And when we get to that point, I will probably do the same thing I am doing here. I will just do the times two. I was debating about times three, but times three is not needed. You can see how we're doing with just times two. That's you, and keep the health potion up. Alright,
We are likely to be.
I am quickly killing as many as I can, sir. But they weren't all day. You still brought out the... Is that the big boy? No, it's not. It's not big boy. Okay. That has happened to me before, where the elite enemy respawned instead of like one of the grunts. I somehow missed the mana potion. Alright, let's go get that last piece of this armor set. Oh boy. Let's see now. Hello there. It does lower intelligence by 2. Mm, but 4% health steal is pretty good, and plus 65 mana is alright. In the mana region, more so for the health steal and armor. Alright, we are getting pretty close to another level up. It's 14, that's 13. Once we level up again, I'll go back to the shop. Back to town to go and shop. Actually, how's Flare looking on items? There we go. Store it like that. There is an elite Rhinoc. Come on. I know you noticed me. No, it's gonna be the Raptors. That's actually optimal. Alright, static bolt this guy. Make it that he can't attack as much. There we go. That was the optimal play there. To be honest, I feel like the shard souls should be resistant or even immune to death magic. Just my personal take on it. I feel like they should be at least resistant to death magic, if not immune to it. Because it's already dead. No, 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 no. Need more consistent damage. Okay, we're about to level up again. There we go. There's the level up. Let's put a point into devastation and another point into here. Didn't you pick up a health potion? Yes, you did. There we go. And I'm just going to go a little bit further just to get that combat magic level up. There we go. And because we're right here, might as well grab this loot. Alright, let's go back to town.
'em. If Celia says
If Celia says you're alright, you're alright. Hmm. 8,000, that's a good amount.
greetings, friend.
Now, do you have... Yes, you finally have it. Yes. Soul Lance. It's gonna be great to have. Same thing with Jolts. So the Lesser Soul Lance is probably gonna be the better of the two. We have yet to get up to that. We do need to get up to that because that gives us +5 to our combat magic damage. Later down the line, we do need to get that. Soul Lance is gonna be great because it's literally the first spell that we can get that gives us, what is it? It hits multiple enemies. It is the first one we can get. Uh, Statesman's Robes we won't get yet. None of the items spawning yet for it. Let's see, the staff is Gardenian Leaves one of them that we need. Yeah. No, it's not. So we don't really care about the Gardenian Leaves. We do care about the Herbane though. So we'll grab those. We have, let's see, there's Finala, that's a combat mage. And, oh, wait, we already have all three that we need. Oops. You know what? I'll keep it, though, anyways. I didn't see any Growl Eyes, so we're not picking up any there this time around, but that's fine. We are barely keeping afloat on levels. Oh boy, that's a Volk. An elite Volk. Ooh. Why did I get an elite Volk in this run? Nearly 3,000 HP. Sheesh. But hey, we did manage to beat it. Oh, thank goodness it swapped targets. I was about to die. Ooh. Wait, can we use Wrath of the Bear? No, we can't. Because Wrath of the Bear requires 6 nature magic. Dude. Hey, weapon for Flare to eat. Did not give much. Oy, oy, oy. I don't think retreating was an option in that fight. It was either do or die. Alright, here we are. The Dryad Outpost. Alright, let's just talk to him.
The way is now clear. Howard spoken.
No matter what, we got a skill point from this. I'm going to actually I'll put into Devastation so we deal a bit more damage. That's already at max, though. We need to start thinking about other skills. Harvest Soul is a good one because it heals us. So we might do that. And then we can get Vampirism, so that way we also heal from our Death Magic. To be honest, this is kind of the road we're gonna take going into Vampirism. Because the lifesteal is probably going to save my life more often than not. Which means that we are probably going to go for Depth Magic also for Vanilla. And if we're going down that route, we need to get the Infect curse. And with that, we should be good after that. So we have a route we're going down. Getting a rejuve is actually just pretty useful. Somewhat. It's not as useful as some of the other potions, but it's alright. We're gonna go this way though, just to clear out enemies. And then we'll be back over here. Actually, you know what? How many can we get? We get one from the Haku. We get two from... you know what? I think Finala will be alright without the extra 1 point. She'll just be 2 free points behind me. And that just seems fine for right now. We do need to get as much EXP and skill points as we can get under our belt, as much loot as possible. So actually doing this actually is the optimal play.
Stranger, usurp.
Alright, but the Usurper is gonna be a difficult one to deal with. We get 1 free skill point from this. We also get a bunch of loot. There's a big chance of unique or set items dropping. So we potentially can get stuffing that'd be really helpful for us. It's a possibility. It's a good possibility. Just go into rampage mode and get rid of these. So yeah, I think the good route to go for is Vampirism and the Soul Lance. Since Soul Lance can hit multiple enemies. So that would give us a bit of an edge. More of an edge. Alright, let's go this way. Let them come to us. Nice. That went a lot better than I thought it was going to go. I thought it was going to become a bit of a nightmare. Alright, so instead of teleporting home with the portal spell, we are going to go back the normal way. Let's go back to the town of Irilon. Irilon. Alright, we are going to go to collect our rewards. Well, first half of our rewards, then we'll go collect the other half. But do you know how much magic it only costs to summon now? It costs so little, and we have so much mana regen. We have 877 mana. That's pretty good.
You have returned. What? See my inter.
Ooh, set ring. Okay, 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 okay. What's up? You know, bugger off. But at the same time, that gives us plus 8% magic item find versus the 5. But it's only 3 points more. We won't care about it. Uh, actually, correction. Risa might care about it. Maybe Risa. We are going to go put into Devastation. Gives us another plus 3% bonus to our damage. That should help us clear out faster, just by a little bit, smidgen. We are going to go to the pet shop next to go collect the rewards from there. And then we'll go down to go back for our portal to the Haku to collect that reward. So we're actually collecting 3 of our rewards in one go.
I am grateful for your help.
Uh-huh. Thank you. Give us the rewards. That's all we cared about. No, 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 no. Do not go up there. Maybe one of these days. Oh, wait. I went the wrong way. Ooh. I was supposed to save me an on the elevator trips. Whoops. Alright, just unsummon that. Unsummon that. You're not to summon until we get onto the last elevator. For still a pretty good chunk of MP used for summoning. But it's not that bad. Put it away in here. I had already bought these. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, they're just gonna go on a flare now. I didn't realize I'd already bought those. Let's go check Bernard.
Back to brow.
No, still nothing there. Okay, that's fine. Alright, let's go get our rewards from the Kaku. Maybe we'll get something good. Maybe, who knows. Talk to you. You! I can't be mad because they would probably be decent for him. Uh, alright. Let's get back through here. I'll ignore the Netta cluster because don't really care about it. When did I accidentally press U? Probably was one of the times I opened my inventory. Once we have Solence, I will then start investing some points into the Death... Actually, no, I don't need to invest any points into Death Magic itself yet. There are a few enemies down that way. No, they're on the ledge over here. Oh, there was one down there. Which one? What is it? What is it? Can I reach you? What? I should be able to reach him. Silly game. Take care of these guys first. Lightning is probably my preferred way of getting rid of enemies. It most definitely is my preferred way. You don't like it when I use healing magic, yet you allow me to use leech life. Alright, we did get that. Alright. Ooh. Alright, let me just use this. It's more accurate. Slow them down a bit. Who knows, we might be able to get through Kafraya caverns before we have to end it today. That's what I'm hoping for, to get to Kafraya caverns. Don't let them hit me. Move or frack. We're picking up a decent amount of money though. Alright, we're gonna actually we don't need to pick that up. We can pick that up and we will pick this up. We're getting closer to maxing that out. We will get rid of Leech Life for Soul Lance. Put that over there. We might keep Leech Life as another thing. But now we should be able to hit multiple enemies at once. There we go. So now we have a way to deal with the crowds. There we go. Now we're going through things faster. And we still do not need to worry about our MP at all. What's our MP sitting at? We are at 893. How much is Soul Lance only taking up? 25. Okay, let's see. We get super manas now. Alright, with the fact that we are getting super manas, let's just drop... Oh, no, not drop them. Let's just give these to Flare to sell. We are now on the point where we have super mana potions already. Okay. So, yeah, this is kind of the... I would say the only part that's gonna give us a leg up for now. I do know it will fall off. Once we go back down to where it's only one skill point, it will fall off. I might even... I think I might turn off that mod after this, because it's to the point where, yeah, we have, with the amount of skill points we have, we don't really have much to worry about. But I feel like this is only because all these enemies have like low HP, so we are clearing through them pretty fast. Once they get to a higher HP total, they'll just be a lot harder to deal with. Oh, excuse me, I should have hit both of those. Yeah, now that we have Soul Lance, we kind of just don't really care as much. So yeah, what I think I might just do is next session, the 2x skill point might just be off. Yeah, I think I will just turn it off. Or I might just make it a vote to either keep it on. Yeah, you know what? I will make it a vote to either turn it off next session or to keep it on. And that is a rare dagger. Let's give that to you. Because as is, we are a bit overpowered with the amount of points we have. But I also know that falls off pretty quickly later down the line. I have a file that had the ×3, I think it was. And they're in their 70s, and even with that, they still kind of struggle with certain fights. There it is. Let's unlock this. Yeah, I think I might just... Yeah, I'll put up as a vote. Alright, this is another reason why I do need to pick up Vampirism as soon as I can. So that way, Soul Lance can actually be healing me. Because I do believe going for the Death Magic probably is the right call. Oh, we actually hit that guy from, Druid. Nice. Let's try and line up this shot. Nope. We are level 14. We are Firebolt. Yeah, we'll sell it. Oof, you're getting pretty full there, Flare. It's mainly because of the mana potions I put onto. Oh, that was boots. No, we don't need boots. Oh, we don't even need these mana potions. Sorry, if I get Bone Minion actually early, I'm just gonna probably die, now that I'm thinking about it. You! Getting behind me, how dare you? Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. Fortunately, there is not much we can do for Feldware anymore, as we have reached the maximum point of what we can do for him. Just readjusting. I hope it's fixed permanently, and I don't have to worry about it anymore for trying to stream this. Because it would be just great to probably be able to properly stream this game. I might even get Diablo 2 back online. So we did get a forest pick. I can go to flare, so a flare can eat it. Oh, whoops. There we go. Now, flare is on to the second page. That's fine. Use this to refill that. Keep Soul Lance. There's also Impale that we can later on get. Impale does deal less damage than Soul Lance, but Impale does have a better area of effect, I would say. There we go, now we can hit all of them. So, Soul Lance, and there's also Lightning Blast. Lightning Blast is also a really good one. With the arcing chance, Lightning is kind of the better... I want to say the better magic to use. Because A, it's accurate. It's the middle point on damage but it doesn't miss. And then because of arcing, it just automatically hits more targets, and the higher your intelligence, the more arcing does. Because arcing stops with its chance at, I think it was like 20% chance, while ignite, its damage is capped off with your intelligence. do some more devastation and another point into natural bond. We're not minus 51% of the mana costs. At this point, I don't think there's a point into reducing our mana cost anymore. Because I do believe at minus 51, it's pretty good. So that's half the mana cost removed. Oh, this one's still costing me 25. Oh. Wait, what? Hmm. Sheesh, we are going through our health potions pretty quickly. Very surprised no Orthrax yet. Oh, but there goes the Carver Bats. And I do not like these things. Carver Bats tend to go for the mages always. Same thing with the Federshins. Bro, you waited for me to be in front of you. How dare you? Murhaku. '91 151, 91 151. No point in that one. Alright. Alright, we're going to talk to Vix.
Yo, are you known for the beard? We armed those kids. If I knew, then I will come with you.
Oh my gosh, she didn't argue with me for once. Wow.
If Celia's...
Mm-hmm. If Celia says you're alright, you're alright? Is that what you're about to say?
My metallurgy.
Alright, that is now in my price range to get perfect Uh, gloves that give dex. Wow.
Greetings, friend.
Greetings, friend. I don't know if I want you to be my friend. Shoot, she doesn't have the one amulet that I would like to have. It's +1 intelligence. Is there another one that gives better intelligence yet? For the amulets? No. Hmm. Sure, I can't even do Earthen Embrace. That sucks. We'll keep the Eternal Grace just for Amarin, if it's better for him and whatnot. We will be able to use this in free level ups. Alright, let's see, Bernard. You have the Growl Eye. That's one of the only few things I do care most about getting is the Growl Eyes, because those increase our intelligence, and once we start getting the, there's one that's gonna be better anyways, that we later on get. I could actually just go into the reagents. There we go. Reagents, Dungeon Siege 2. Alright, let's see it's the Malachite powder. It gives +5 to intelligence. And yeah, the Spectral Dust gives +12, so once we are able to start buying Spectral Dust, which is at level 50, we will be having to shop for a lot of it. Alright, let's continue through the Kefraya Cavern. We are speeding along, which is good. It's kind of what we wanted to see. Again, we have the damage output to sustain this. If we had 3 more of these rings, we would have been having all of this maxed out still. And we'll have a lot more intelligence than we have right now. But what we have right now is good enough. Do you kind of want to line them up so that way we're hitting multiple? There we go. We always want to try to hit multiple enemies with our Soul Lance. Once we get Lightning Blast, that Lightning Blast will be the easier one to do. But Soul Lance will give us, once we get Vampirism, will give us back HP. So we won't die as fast. So then pretty much our setup will actually be more into Grim Necromancy, Vampirism, and Quicken Casting, so we can cast it all pretty fast. And that will pretty much be our main thing, because we want to be able to sustain ourselves since we have no tanks. And I repeat, no tanks whatsoever. So we are going to have to go for a route of trying to have lifesteal mixed into our build to have the sustain that we need to get through everything. Which does mean that we are at the mercy of enemies that are resistant to death magic. Well, we'll be a bit at their mercy. We won't be completely at their mercy, but we will be at their mercy a bit. Which then goes into the whole thing that we're probably going to increase our curses as well. So actually, hold up. So we'll be doing debilitation to increase the power of our curses and their durations. We are going to be doing quicken casting so we can cast stuff like Soul Lance or Impale as quickly as we can. We will have Vampirism so that way we can heal up as much as possible. And then we're going to go Grim Necromancy so that way our death magic does as much damage as possible. And then if we, yeah, that's kind of what we're going to go for maxing out. We are going to go for maxing out those four. We do want Devastation to increase our damage. We have this to reduce the cost, and we have this to increase our mana. And then we will have this as well to increase the damage of our things. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see, that's 7 things maxed out. That's not really possible. Because it would be like, what, there's like 100 points, so we get 5 of them maxed out. We have an additional 15 points that we've had. But that doesn't equal up to maxing out another 2 just yet. Well, we will see how it goes, how far we get in level ups with the ×2 on. I think we're gonna probably get 1 or 2 more level ups. If we're lucky. So I'll bring us up to close to maxing out another, so we will probably have to pick out which one we want maxed out. No, why are you focusing me so much? Go away. Gee. They just did not want me to live. Yeah, so we should probably get pretty close to being able to max out an additional one. Yeah, I think that's about it that we'll be getting. Because if I remember correctly, it's like, what, 6 extra skill points in total. So... No. It's 8? It's 8. So if we go all the way up to Elite, it is another 24. So actually, we should, if we go all the way up to Elite with Elves only, we should be able to max out all of those. Oh shoot. We should be able to max out all of those. We just need 2 more extra points, so that means we need to get at least 2 level ups with the mod. Well, that's if we even keep the mod. So we're probably gonna get 1 more level up. I'm gonna call it there. We're probably gonna get 1 more level up before session ends, maybe. Because no matter what, we have to go for a sustained route. Yeah. So we'll be the ones that be able to do the most sustain. Unfortunately, that means Finala misses out on 2 of it. So, hmm. Well, either way, we do want Finala with the curse. Hold on. We want these 3 because these 4 because that'll be our core. Uh, Getting this one's a pretty good one. That's 5. So that's our main core is those 5. With the extra amount, we can probably get Brilliance up. And if we push it, we can get Arcane Fury up. For Finala, we still want to get this maxed out. But we also want to get Vix maxed out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are her 5 that we want maxed out. With the 6th one being the Devastation. Yeah. Oof. With a little sprinkling into Brilliance. Yeah. Or we can just do half and half on these 2. Yeah, I think we'll go half and half on these 2 for Finala. But we still want Natural Bond maxed out for all of our mages. Because that will make it that we don't have to chug mana potions like no tomorrow. Yeah, that sounds like the best plan. So we now kind of have the core of our build for all of our mages put together. Which then goes into, we might want the Sinbri set? Yes, we want the Sinbri set to drop. Because I do wait, I think it was Sinbri. It might not be Sinbri that I'm thinking about. There is a set that will boost our death magic damage itself. That's going to be the one that we want. So that also means... Oh! We get to go wear one of the joke armor, helms. Nice. We'll be wearing the pumpkin helm. Because the pumpkin helm gives us +3 to all of our evil skills. Alright, let's get this up there, plus 1 more to that, and another 1 to that. At this point, I think I might just stop putting points into that. And just put into Devastation, and then Grim Necromancy. And then once we get more of these free skill points, I'll put it into that. Because we're already at the point where we're getting super manas, and I don't want to get the Colossals yet. Because then that would just be very unfair for, actually, if you were to focus for your first 20 levels, you would be getting Colossals pretty early on. And then you can focus on your damage skills. So I think it's not the best answer, but it is something that you could do on a normal playthrough. So I guess we'll leave it alone. Because I just thought about it, and if you were to actually be the funny haha person and to do that, you could do that. So yeah, you could actually, if you wanted to, get up to the level 20 in that without having to do much. It would be funny, haha, that you have the mage up to plus 20 natural bond or a ranger up to plus 20 on the uh survival. It would be funny to do that for your first 20 levels to do that. Correction, first 18 levels if you do the Haku and yeah, if you do the Haku mission, first 18. It would be pretty funny. And I could, you know what? I might try that for a run. See how that looks. Alright, let's see. Jeez, they keep on dying one hit. Sneaky Orfrak! Two of them! Oh, that's funny, because the health shrine is right. Players sitting in the health shrine, players constantly getting healed. That's pretty good. Alright, will we get that second level of... Actually, who question, do we now have Colossals already? No, we still have Supers. They're blue now, so we're not getting as much EXP, but we are about to hit up the Queen area soon. So we will be getting a lot of EXP from there. So yeah, I think we are gonna get that second level up. Boy, that's a lot of Carver bats. Hold on, we're at level 16. Carver bats. Alright. Yeah, we're definitely getting that second level up before we end stream. Can you not attack me, please? Well, that also means because we now have it working, I could probably finally go and finish off the half giants only on veteran difficulty. Grab all those. Grab the health potions. Throw these onto the flare. So yeah, what I will just turn off the mod. Boggarts, leave me alone. Jeez, we are not finding much stuff at all. I guess that's the price we pay. We're almost there to another level up. So yeah, I guess we would be getting our 2 level ups this session. 2 more level ups. Ah, we could just go for these guys. There we go. We will put 2 more points into devastation. And then we have a hive to clear out. So let's go and try to get that done. Oh. Wait, is that the one that we literally just got rid of? Yes, it is. Oh, but we did get an enchantable ring, so we could actually enchant that with more intelligence boosting stuff. That's one of the big things about being a mage user, because you really care more about the intelligence score than ever before. With the with doing the half giants only, where it's pretty much just melee units, you kind of can see the benefits of having Unga Bunga strength, where you can tank a lot of stuff. But with the mage, you just go, hi, I'm big braining, and you just kill things pretty fast. Depth gloves, 5 armor. This is plus 6 armor. This is worse. But we found so many not good rings. And we have yet to find any more melee weapons for Flair to eat. What is this? True, and we're getting pretty close to another level up. I don't think there's enough enemies on this route to give us that third level up, because a lot of the enemies are green and blue. But hey, we are doing pretty good on stuff. There we go. More eggs hatched. Boggarts. I'm not as afraid of the boggarts anymore. Because now that they're green, they're not doing as much damage. That kind of becomes the name of the game, is your level pretty much makes it that you no longer fear stuff. So it's all about trying to get as much level ups as you can get, and how fast you can clear groups of enemies. do static bolt on it. There we go. Else, there are some more egg sacs to break. We are going to be getting through the Kefraya Caverns. We're also doing pretty alright on gold. Well, up until we get to Broken World is when we're gonna probably run out of money pretty quickly. Can't wait to get out of here. The ambient music and sounds for this area is pretty disturbing. Alright, summon up. There we go. And that's the inventory we have for now. Alright. Hello, Dark Wizard.
From out there, indeed. The shard you just many. Hey, no, you're just.
Alright, let's go grab the teleporter. And we will go back to Irulan. We have one more level up before we can use this. I don't think we need the leech life anymore, so we're gonna sell that. We don't want drown because we want infect. And I do believe we can just make a really good ring. Yes, we should be able to make a pretty decent ring.
Welcome to.
Welcome to Bernard's. You have no growl eyes, do you? None at all. That's unfortunate.
Greetings.
I don't have that on me right now. Whoops. Do you
Greetings,
have
friend.
the amulet? Or some better spells? Lesser Siege and Shawl. We will take that. We will keep this here. You don't have the amulet right now. That's fine then. Here you go. Have all of this. Alright, 9,000. We're back up to 9,000. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
My
Do you have better gloves yet? No, you do not have better gloves yet. Do you have a better staff yet? No, I don't think so. No, you do not. Alright, that's fine. Alright, but I am going to call it here. If you like my content, leave a follow. And if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And ring that bell for notifications. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Later.